Hello friends, how are you? Welcome to Jeevan Shala. Let's discuss the poem Children. This poem is actually a mine of diamonds. It depends on our level of understanding how many diamonds we can pull out from this poem, which may illuminate and enrich our lives as well as our children's and students' lives. So, please pay attention on each word and sentence. Here, the poet H.W. Longfellow says, "Come to me, O ye children, for I hear you at your play, and the questions that perplexed me have vanished quite away." Hearing the voices of children who are playing, the poet asks them to come near him. Here, the playing children indicates the joyful attitude of children towards living their lives. The poet is saying that he is facing the questions, the problems, the worries in his life, which makes him confused and tensed. But when the children come near him, suddenly all his questions and worries disappears. It means that the company of children has something miraculous which ends up all his anxiety and confusions of life. Then the poet says, "Yea, open the eastern windows that look towards the sun." Here, ye means you. He is saying that the children are like windows which opens towards east where sun is rising. By this, the poet wants to say that the children are moving or forwarding towards a new and fresh life. Then he says, "Where thoughts are singing swallows and the brooks of morning run." Here, swallows means a particular kind of small bird, and brooks means a small river. The poet is saying that the mind and approach of children towards life is like a small bird singing sweetly and like a small river flowing in morning. These lines shows that the children live in a very natural state of mind. The thoughts and feelings of children are very melodious, like a bird song, as they are still in contact with nature. The poet compares children with a small flowing river, which suggests that the thoughts of children are ever flowing as they are very curious and want to know different dimensions of life without any restrictions. In these lines, the poet is indirectly pointing towards the fact that adults are disconnected with natural joy. They think according to their fixed mental patterns. The poet then says, "In your hearts the birds and the sunshine, in your thoughts the brooklets flow, but in mine is the wind of autumn and the first fall of the snow." The poet is saying that the hearts of children have birds and sunshine. Here the birds represents beauty and sweetness, while sunshine represents energy and joy. He also says that in children the thoughts flow freely as water flows in a brooklet or a small stream. Unlike this, the poet's mind and heart has wind of autumn and fall of snow. This shows that the poet's mental and emotional condition is unpleasant and dull without any joy and love. At deeper level, the poet wants to say that the children are enjoying the life freely without any prejudice for anything in their minds. It is a natural way of living, as natural as birds, sunshine, and stream. But the adults are trapped in their own artificial psychological world, away from the existential world or natural world. Due to their own psychological trap, adults cannot enjoy the life like children. Then the poet says, "Come to me, O ye children, and whisper in my ear what the birds and the winds are singing in your sunny atmosphere." Here, whisper means to say something very quietly. Here, the poet is asking children to come near him and say something which the poet is unable to understand. Here, sunny atmosphere refers to the minds of children which don't have clouds of unnecessary thoughts and worries like adults. The poet says that the children can feel the songs of the birds and the winds as they are nearer to nature, and they don't have a prejudiced mind and ever disturbing thoughts like adults. Poet asks children to whisper or to tell those songs in a very low voice. The poet wants to say that those songs are so delicate, so sensitive, so subtle that they may get distorted if they are spoken loudly. Then the poet says, "For what are all your contrivings and the wisdom of our books, when compared with our caresses and the gladness of your looks?" In these lines, the poet compares the state or condition of a child with that of an adult. He says that the adults have many contrivings, means they have cleverly made many unnatural things and plans to progress in their lives. The adults also have wisdom or knowledge of so many books. On the other hand, the children have caresses, means their gentle touch is full of love. The appearance of children is full of joy. The poet concludes that the natural love and joy of children is far more valuable when compared to all the calculative and cunning achievements and knowledge of the adult world. After that, poet says, "Ye are better than all the ballads that ever were sung or said, for ye are living poems, and all the rest are dead." Here, ballads means a poem or a song telling a story. Poet is saying that the children are better than all the poems or songs which were sung or said in this world. He is telling children that you all are like living poems. It means that children are like a poem with strongest imagery and sweetest rhyme. They are full of joy and love. Joy and love are the two most essential evidences to confirm whether a person is really alive or he is living just for a formality. The poet is of the opinion that in real sense only children are living. On the other hand, the adults and their artificial and calculative world is almost dead, as it is devoid of natural joy and love. In this poem, the poet is actually putting a huge question mark on our education system and the so-called civilization, which has resulted in adults who are full of materialistic attitude and stuffed with knowledge, but lacking natural joy and love, which children already have. Please think it over at least twice. Thank you.